Yep. This is what I like to hear. This is what I like to see. Lakers land. Welcome back. It's game day. And I got to talk to the goddamn bosses. Seven Mitchell, I'm in the building. Happy Wednesday to everybody. We locked and loaded for game day. We got the Lakers versus the Grizzlies tonight. And I swear to God, I really got to talk to the bosses because I am really concerned about tonight's game, bro. I feel like we have an opportunity to revisit unfortunate history of the loss that we just suffered to the Detroit Pistons, going through the same goddamn motions, man. Let's pull up the game cast. Let's talk about the night's game. Y'all already know the vibes is going down tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. We're live, full effect. You know the watch party. We kicking it here in the playback room. So make sure that you guys come on over and join us tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern for Lakers versus Grizzlies. Shout out to everyone that's in the live chat. Shout out to everyone that is on our live stream from the YouTube channel as well as Twitch and here at Playback. We got the big homie Nat in the building. Nat, what's the word? He says Lakers play the Celtics in 2025. I'm always excited to play them. Yeah, man, it's going down for sure. Lakers versus Celtics. I'm hoping to have that to be the NBA Finals. But before we even get there, we got to talk about tonight. And I'm going to keep it real with you guys. Tonight scares the hell out of me. Do y'all really think D'Angelo Russell or Austin Reeves is going to be able to stand in front of Ja Morant? My God. When we lost to Detroit, y'all know the Memphis Grizzlies played that night as well. Ja Morant is acting bad. He is on a mission, bro. I am trying to tell y'all, man, this is going to be a very interesting game tonight between the Lakers and the Grizzlies. Right now, Memphis is actually a 1.5-point favorite. Jesus. The Memphis Grizzlies is a 1.5-point favorite on the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers right now, this is the last of the 5 games for this road trip. Right now, I believe they went 1-4, 1-3 on the road trip so far, trying to go 2-4 before they go back home. I believe we'll start to see Bronny James get transitioned into the G League to play with the South Bay Lakers. They did say that Bronny, of course, was going to join up with his field trip or this road trip and then start to transition him into the G League and then back into rotation. Man, I mean, like I said, tonight, whenever you're dealing with the youth, as a Laker fan, you got to be worried. You know, regardless if you feel like the Lakers have a better roster on paper, the last thing you want is to have Anthony Davis and LeBron James and Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell, guys who can't stand in front of anybody, running around the goddamn basketball court all day. If you got some young legs, if you are hungry, you are going to cause the Lakers some issues. We see it in Toronto in the second half, and we watched Detroit come out gunning from the first quarter. So, tonight versus Ja Morant, youth is going to be a disadvantage once again for LA. And then the injury situation is really what's going to kind of bite us in our ass, I believe. Right now, you look at the injury report, Austin Reeves, he's a game time decision. He has that sprained ankle. Anthony Davis is also a game time decision, but he looks definitely not hurt. Anthony came into the game versus Detroit injured. So that's something to be on alarm for. D'Lo as well is not fully healthy. He's a game time decision as well. Then, of course, you got Christian Wood and Jared Vanderbilt. Now, Christian Koloko, he did get cleared. I believe he will be practicing. We might see Christian Koloko in uniform tonight versus the Memphis Grizzlies. That kind of shocks the hell out of me because I didn't expect to see him anytime soon playing with the Lakers, but it could go down that way. Nav said if we keep losing, we'll be out of the play-in. I mean, when you look at the history of LA, right, this is exactly what happened last year. The Lakers have been known to play down to the level of competition at the beginning of the season and lose to teams that they should have beaten. And then once we get to the end of the year, we're always crying and complaining about the position or the spot that we're in with this play in. But it's partially based on the lackluster start that the team has year in and year out. And I just feel like the honeymoon is over. The honeymoon right now is over. We had so much high expectation, and the vibes were great in that first week for the Lakers when we were playing at home, beating Minnesota, beating Phoenix, beating Sacramento. And my God, ever since then, this road trip has just been a complete nightmare. Guys are looking disengaged. People that we have high expectations on is not getting the time and the minutes. We got distractions coming down the pipeline from Jackson Hayes, LeBron. It's just a lot going on with the Lakers, bro. And hopefully they can get these things tweaked sooner than later. But Memphis right now, they're sitting at 500, 4-4. They're 500 at home. They don't have an answer for Anthony Davis. AD right now is averaging 33 points a game, shooting at about a 57% clip from the field. But again, you and I, all of us know the Lakers don't have a damn answer for Ja Morant. This is the first of 3 games between the Lakers and the Grizzlies. 2 of the 3 will be played at Memphis. This is the first one. The second one we played a week on ESPN in Los Angeles, and then they don't play again until 2025 at the end of March. Right now, the Lakers are in third place, sitting at 4-3, 1 game above 500. And in the Southwestern Conference, Memphis is sitting at 4-4, just a half game out of Houston and the Dallas Mavericks. What we do have, or what we know as far as Memphis, as far as their injuries go, Luke Kennard is a game time decision. More than likely, I believe he'll be playing. Marcus Smart, of course, he will be out. The Grizzlies is coming off of a loss to the Brooklyn Nets on the road, 106-104. And the vibes with us. We coming off of a loss on the road, 115-103 to the Detroit Pistons. So tonight's game is going to be a very interesting game to watch, regardless if you feel like the Lakers have a better roster as far as names go. The big disadvantage is the youth, the speed, the athleticism, the quickness. Ja Morant could definitely have a huge night tonight, and I really expect him to, possibly try to go for 40. I don't know what the Lakers are going to be able to do to contain this kid, or at least try to minimize, the attack that he brings. But I'm hoping that our Lakers can find a way to get the W tonight, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I hope the Lakers can find a way to get the W tonight, because we definitely need it, bro. We definitely need it. We do have the Philadelphia 76ers coming up. Thankfully for us, Joel Embiid just got a suspension for, I believe, 3 to 5 games. I believe Joel Embiid is suspended. So I think that kind of falls under one of those Lakers games. So we don't have to deal with Joel Embiid. I believe Paul George is back. So that could or could not be an issue for the Lakers whenever we lock in with Philly. But tonight, what are you guys expecting to see between the Lakers and the Grizzlies tonight? What are y'all expectations, Lakerland, for this game tonight? Breaking it down into different categories. Who do you expect to be the best player tonight for the Lakers? Me, I don't even know, because I don't know if Anthony Davis is going to play. I don't know if it's a good idea to have him play. It's sad that the Lakers could not get that win versus Detroit, especially having your core available. It wasn't like LeBron didn't play, AD didn't play, stuff like that versus the Pistons. Those guys were in uniform and playing and lost. So, you think you really don't stand a chance if you're considering keeping one of those guys out tonight. versus the Memphis Grizzlies, who to me is a much better ball club than Detroit. And then again, like I said, you're playing on the road. The Lakers have not been able to grasp any momentum in any of these 5 games. They've had little moments, little pockets of moments, but it just hasn't been enough. But I do expect this to be a dogfight for the Lakers. I expect Memphis to come out early swinging. I expect Memphis to really control this game in the first half. I would not be surprised if Memphis has a lead in the first half. The third quarter for the Los Angeles Lakers for the last 2 years have always been like the gift and the curse. We've seen the Lakers blow leads in the second half, double-digit leads. We've also seen the Lakers make valiant comebacks in the second half as well, even down to this particular season. Very interesting third quarter for the Toronto game. Very interesting third quarter, I believe, for the Minnesota game as well. And the Phoenix game, the Lakers were down. What were LA down that first game versus Phoenix? The one that they won when they beat Kevin Durant at home. I think the Lakers, I don't misquote me, but I think the Lakers, I want to say they were down by as much as 26 points. I'm not really sure, but as far as that go, I'm hoping that the Lakers experience and their efficiency, hopefully they're on. Hopefully they're making some baskets. But I do feel like they're going to be having to do a come-from-behind win tonight if they are going to get a W versus the Grizzlies. I don't see the Lakers being in cruise control throughout this 48 minutes. Memphis will come out a little bit faster and stronger. But hopefully, the Lakers will find a way to get this thing done. I need J.J. Redick to give Dalton Connect more opportunity, bro. Dalton Connect, I believe, is averaging, 14 minutes, 15 minutes? That's not a good look for the guy who might be the best player coming off of the bench. Before they have to continue to put Dalton Connect in a good position. And even if that means sacrificing, putting him out for the minutes and him not really being productive as far as an efficiency standpoint goes, just let it rock. The shots will fall eventually if it comes up that he starts to get ice cold. But it seems like, Dalton Connect, he's not afraid of the moment. And we need shooters. I watched the Lakers be down in that second half, and it was crazy to me because it's just like J.J. Redick, it seemed like he took half of the night off. Why do you not have Dalton Connect in this game when we have an opportunity to possibly come back? And then you look at the effort that Anthony Davis put forth in the first 3 quarters. That Detroit game was tailor-made for LeBron James to come out in that fourth quarter and take us home. LeBron James, in my eyes, kind of failed, when it comes to the assignment. And we came up short. But it's going down tonight, 8:00 p.m. Eastern, live, full effect here in Lakers Land on our playback room. So make sure that you guys come on over and join us for tonight's game, 8:00 Eastern. We still got some free VIP passes left, so you guys can kick it with us for the night's watch party and watch the game with us. Not a whole lot really to talk about outside of this upcoming game. I know we done spoke a lot on, Jackson Hayes and, what's going down with him. The NBA did decide to investigate him again. So we're going to see how that play. I just feel like the footage was just crazy. Nat said he would like to see Dalton Connect start for us eventually. I mean, I considered wondering if Dalton Connect would be beneficial starting for the Lakers. We so depleted and we're so weak as far as the second unit go. We can't afford to have Dalton Connect starting because who's going to score in the second unit? The only way I would even entertain Dalton Connect being in the starting lineup is if the Lakers made some type of trade and you no longer have like D'Angelo Russell, which would probably force Austin Reeves to run or facilitate at point guard because, Gabe Vincent, I don't believe is good enough to be a starting point guard. Bronny James ain't ready to be no type of starting point guard. Max Christie has underperformed. Jalen Hood-Schifino was basically out the door. So as far as a point guard go, D'Lo would have to be gone. You would have to kind of change Austin's role to be more of a facilitator if you're thinking about starting Dalton Connect, and I like the court vision and the passing ability of Austin Reeves. However, I feel like if you make Austin Reeves your primary ball handler and Phyllis facilitator quarterback in that offense, it's going to take away from his game, I believe. So I don't know if Dalton Connect starting, to be honest with you, Nat, is a great idea. I see what you're saying. I will say give him the minutes to be a potential starter. I'll go there. Let's try to fight for maybe 6th man of the year. Dalton Connect, because of the situation that we're in, because it was so kind of shorthanded with the roster, especially in the front court. Like I say, Dalton Connect should be averaging easily 20 to 25 points a game. I don't know exactly what JJ Reddick sees or not sees in Dalton. I thought that JJ was very high on Dalton Connect. It seemed like he gave Dalton Connect the green light to shoot at will, and Dalton Connect has some big games. He's still a liability defensively, so maybe those are some things that they're working on behind the scenes, but the Lakers are going to need some scoring. And, tonight versus the Grizzlies, it's going to be damn near impossible to stop Ja Morant. He's going to give D'Lo and Austin Reeves the blues. The blues. So we'll see how that play out. We talk about this roster, Lakers land. When you look at the Lakers roster right now, who's the weakest link for the Lakers? Who is the weakest link as far as a player for the Lakers right now? I'm going to say Jared Vanderbilt. Well, I'm going to say Gabe Vincent, to me, is the weakest link. I believe Jared Vanderbilt is the biggest disappointment. But Gabe Vincent, in my eyes, thank you guys for the donations and the support. Give me 1 second. But yeah, I just feel like Gabe Vincent, man, we're paying him, $11 million? He went scoreless versus Detroit. Pathetic. Gabe Vincent is not a guy I've been sold on. That little Cinderella year that he had in Miami, that shit didn't really move me. I think that fooled a lot of people in Lakers land, but I'm definitely not sold on Gabe Vincent. I think he's the weakest link. And believe it or not, what the Lakers need, we talked about this a couple times here on the show, what the Lakers need, which is a big man, can be found if the Washington Wizards was willing to trade Jonas Valanciunas for Gabe Vincent, because their contracts pretty much align together. So you could do a straight up trade and get your starting center for the Lakers. I just don't think that Washington is interested at all in Gabe Vincent. Like, why would they? So I get that. But to me, Gabe is definitely the weakest link. When you look at this roster, what is the easiest fix? How can the Lakers turn this thing around? What do y'all guys think? Me personally, I'm still sticking to my sentiments at the beginning of the year. And I have been impressed with Austin Reeves, what he's been doing offensively as far as the rebounding and things of that nature. I've also been impressed with Rui Hachimura to a fault. Rui Hachimura seems to be starting off these games pretty efficiently. He's been in attack mode. I need to see it throughout 4 quarters. But if you ask me if there's an easy fix, and because of this whole Jackson Hayes incident, this thing is really cloudy to me. But if you would have asked me this a couple of days ago, I would have basically stuck to my guns of bringing Jackson Hayes, committing him at the starting lineup, even though he's not a bona fide starting center, just for the assignment. Putting Jackson Hayes at the starter lineup at the 5, bring Anthony Davis back at the power forward, which is his original position. I think that will allow AD to really maximize offensively as well as have impact on defense. Like the responsibility that Anthony Davis has on defense for these Lakers, it amazes me how he's able to average over 30 points right now. And having to play with his back to the basket. And Anthony Davis have never really embraced playing the center position. He's accepted the role, but he's never really embraced it. So I would like to see the Lakers bring Jackson Hayes in at the 5 so we could get, Anthony Davis back at the 4. That would in effect bring LeBron James back to his true position at the 3. And however you want to manipulate that backcourt, I'm not sold so much on the D'Lo Austin Reeves experiment anymore. I'm not asking for either one of those guys to be traded. I just feel like you have to mix it up some form of fashion. When you go back last year when Darvin Ham sat Austin Reeves down for his lack of production, they brought in Cam Reddish to replace Austin Reeves at the 2 guard. And believe it or not, the Lakers have moved up to a top 10 defense in the NBA, not just the Western Conference. The Lakers moved up to a top 10 defense last season in the entire NBA once Darvin Ham had brought up Cam Reddish. So I don't really want to take a lot of notes from Darvin Ham's book, but I do think there could be some adjustments to be made for the Lakers now, under JJ Redick, but we're not playing with a full deck. And I believe that some of the things that JJ Redick ultimately wants to implement for this team, you're going to need Jared Vanderbilt. You're going to need Christian Wood. You're going to need that front court to be a little bit more healthy, just available at the least. And we haven't seen that. The Lakers we haven't seen a full team for the Lakers play in damn near a year. It's been a long time since the Lakers have been at full force, and we got guys out of position at key positions. So a typical roller coaster indeed for the Lakers coming up. I just hope that they can somehow, some way get the win tonight versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's go to NBA Twitter. Let's see what's going down with the Lakers and the rest of the NBA. So Danny Green and Dwight Howard are confident that the Lakers would have brought more championships, that 2020 championship team. We talked about that. I disagree with a lot of people. I don't feel like that Lakers team, they may have had an opportunity to run it back. I will give the Lakers a benefit of the doubt. If they wouldn't have broke that squad up, they might have been able to run it back. But I don't believe that team would have been like a dynasty. Dwight Howard keeps alluding that if Rob Pelinka and them didn't break up the 2020 Lakers, they could have been a dynasty. I don't believe that, especially if we're defining dynasty the way that we do when we're looking at teams like Golden State and the San Antonio Spurs of the world, the Miami Heats of the world. I don't believe that Lakers team would have been able to create a dynasty. They might have been able to go back to back, but 3-4 years of championships, nah. JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, Rondo, those guys were going to burn out eventually. Maybe one more season. But all this talk about the Dwight Howard keeps harping on, trying to revisit that history. I feel like I kind of get what he's saying if we're talking about just defending your title, getting an opportunity to defend. But being a dynasty, I don't think that. I don't think that at all. We got the big homie Justo in the building. Justo says he don't think the Lakers got it in us tonight to get the win versus Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. It's going to be a dogfight because we know Ja Morant is on a mission, and we don't have anybody that can stop nor contain him. So just like we can sit up there and feel like, oh, AD is going to go crazy, Ja Morant is definitely going to go crazy tonight. So that's going to be crazy. Joel Embiid, my God. He hasn't played a game yet, and he's already been suspended, investigated by the NBA twice. He got a technical foul. It's been a rough start for Joel Embiid. Skip Bayless's page got hacked last night. Skip Bayless, man. I want to apologize to LeBron. He owns me. I'm just an old cuck who has nothing going on with his life. I'm sorry, King LeBron. Somebody done hacked Skip Bayless's page. So here it is right here, Lakers land. So Christian Coloco could be tonight. We could see him tonight. He's going to be listed as active as tonight. So we'll see Coloco tonight. That's interesting. Wow. Well, Lakers land. It's going to be it's going to be one of those ones. Definitely going to be one of those ones. But we here for it, man. And yes, Donald Trump. My God. How y'all feeling this morning, man? We woke up to the news of Donald Trump, president-elect. Once again, Nat said he voted for Kamala. You know, it's sad. It's sad. I know I'm speechless. And I'm not so speechless because Kamala lost. I really didn't. Something about Kamala Harris doesn't feel right with me. I feel like she's fake. I feel like Kamala Harris is fake. Donald Trump, hate him or love him, he's been transparent. You know what you're going to get. You know exactly what you're going to get. What surprises me the most is that the American public also knows what we're going to get out of Donald Trump because we experienced it already. And we had the audacity to spin the block and do it all over again. You know, it's bad. It is really bad. A guy who has been impeached twice, a guy who has been federally and state convicted of criminal crimes since being a president. You just look at all the things that have happened under Donald Trump's watch since being president. It's bogus as hell. I believe the federal charges, you know, he was convicted for some federal crimes and state crimes when it comes to money. I believe now that he's president, he's probably going to hire a new attorney general. The federal crimes are just going to go away. The state crimes, he's not going to face any jail time, regardless of him being convicted. They'll find a way to spin this. Justo says a woman in power will never happen. I don't know. But that was the thing. That's how I knew Donald Trump was going to win. And you had to know that Donald Trump was going to win, even though Kamala, whatever the hell her name is, even though she was decent in the debate, you had to know that this election was Donald Trump's for the taking. And the reason why I say that the most is because think about it. This was an opportunity to have the first female president in U.S. history. The first female president in U.S. history. An African-American one at that. This was historic. This was groundbreaking. This was game-changing. The opportunity. And that element of this campaign never really seemed to be the topic of discussion. Whether you were whether you were a Democrat or Republican or whatever party you were in, even if you were neutral, the opportunity of this first black female or female president, it didn't stand out. It didn't resonate as hard as it did when Barack Obama had an opportunity to become the first black president. So when I saw that the agenda, the narrative, the storyline, the concern being built on faith that the country will be have their first female president, when that agenda really wasn't being painted by the majority, I knew this was really Donald Trump's election to lose. So we're here now. Um, I feel like Donald Trump is going to get some things in motion. I don't know if it's going to be to the benefit of us or not. And when I say us, I'm not just talking about black people. I mean just middle class people. I don't know if all his focus is going to be so hell bent on, building the wall and dealing with immigration and stuff like that. I don't know how long is it going to take for some of our concerns to be, assessed and handled. And I mean, like I said, as far as not just black males, just as a middle class citizen, are we going to have to go through 4 years of a bunch of BS and excuses of not getting help because they, using this money to try to finance building this wall? Like there's a lot of still questions that are unanswered. But I do think Donald Trump is going to get some things in motion. Unlike Joe Biden, this last 4 years under the Biden administrative really has been dull as hell. It's been dead as hell. When Donald Trump was in office, we had the stimulus checks. People were trying to get back on their feet with the economy, trying to get some money into play. And then, Joe Biden came in and they were so focused on Medicare and health insurance and things like that, which is very important. But it just feel like the country, we wasn't moving. We wasn't moving at all. And I feel like shit is going to get back in motion with Donald Trump. I just don't know who is going to benefit ultimately at the end of the day. That's just the bottom line with me. But congratulations to Donald Trump. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's a done deal. President Trump, he spent the block running it back. The American voters don't, man. And it's crazy because I was watching like the election before earlier yesterday, and they were talking about people's decision to vote or not vote for Kamala Harris was partially based on her not appearing on podcasts like the Joe Rogan podcast. People were literally saying that they opted and decided not to vote for Kamala Harris because she didn't appear on Joe Rogan's podcast and a couple of other different platforms. That blew me away. And they were reporting this with a straight face. So, man, shit is crazy, yo. But this is the United States of America. Can't expect anything less. The Senate, the Republic, they took over the Senate. I mean, it was a big day for the Republican Party last night. Oh my God, man. Donald Trump. Man, Donald Trump. My man almost got assassinated. He was kicking ass the whole election yesterday. I was watching the electoral votes. He was kicking ass the whole time. So I do feel like I think overall Trump will do, like I said, he's going to get some things in motion. He's going to get some things in motion. I'm not the one to walk around with this whole "Make America Great Again," because it seems like we're being selective on how we define and identify America. I need to see some of the little people level up a little bit more before you hear me screaming that out. But I do think overall, Donald Trump will get some shit into play. We will start to see some things happening around us. I don't know if we're going to have things happening for us. That's the $1 million question. But one thing I can guarantee you guys, one thing for sure, two things for certain. Tonight, 8:00 p.m. Eastern, it's going down. And my God, we locked in. Here at Lakers Land, we got the Lakers and the Grizzlies, 8:00 p.m. Eastern, live watch party in full effect here in our playback room. The link is pinned to the live chat. Come on over, join our playback room. That's playback.tv/LakersLand Show. We still got some free VIP passes tonight to give away so you guys can kick it with us and watch the game tonight. Hopefully the Lakers can bounce back, get a win before they go back home. It's going to be a very, very, very tough task, I think, trying to maintain and contain Mr. Ja Morant and the 500 Memphis Grizzlies tonight. I'm Seven Mitchell. I'm signing off. Shout out to everybody on Playback, YouTube, and Twitch. Do me a huge favor. Hit that like button so we can get this video out to the NBA community. Appreciate you guys as always. Y'all already know how I'm coming. I'll be go live a little bit later on this afternoon. Shout out to the homie Nat as well as my homie Justo for joining me this morning. I'll catch you guys later as well. Tonight, 8 o'clock p.m., Lakers versus Grizzlies. Y'all already know how we come in. Peace.